Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's February 14th, 2011. The grain markets this morning look like we'll have two-sided trade here on the opening. Corn maybe steady to a little better, beans a little lower. Wheat market, however, very strong here this morning with news that Iraq bought 350,000 tons of wheat. 200,000 of those tons came from the U.S. The other 150 came from Australia. Also, talk that Tunisia was buying 100,000 tons of wheat. Most of its optional origin, however, is reported, but it's believed that it'll come out of Europe. Some other news: Mexico government here over the weekend said that they feel like they've lost 4 million metric tons of white corn due to the freeze here last week. That could provide some support. However, some traders are saying they were expecting more loss than that, and there is an advantage down there that they can replant. So replanting and maybe importing some more corn will offset that deficit. The CFTC came out with their commitment of traders on Friday afternoon. It showed that we had a record open interest in the non-commercial reportable section. Normally the fund section in soybean oil. We had a record number there. We also had record open interest for corn when you combine the non-reportable and the reportable non-commercials, which gives us an indication that we've got the public getting involved in a larger way in corn. We did see open interest by the funds come down last week, while the non-reportable positions increase. So after the big rally, we're showing that we're getting a lot of public jumping on this wagon at the contract highs that we've seen on the close on Friday. So a bit of a warning signal there. The talk of drought in China is supporting wheat market also. Soybean markets and weather in South America are very good for crop development all the way into Argentina. Harvest is beginning in some areas, and that is putting some pressure on the basis in South America. So we expect China to be looking for some soybeans here. They're probably going to be looking towards South America, as the beans in South America are now cheaper than U.S. So that could weigh on our soybean markets here this week. Also, Allendale will begin their acreage survey, planted acreage survey on February 28th. So in a few weeks we'll be watching that. I was out at some meetings in Iowa, and just give you some ideas of what the producers are saying there. Did a hand survey, and 40% of the producers at these meetings throughout Iowa and northern Missouri said they were going to plant more soybeans than corn. So you got to remember that in the balance sheets, we need more corn acres. We need at least 3.5 million more acres of corn to have the balance sheet work out to an increasing or staying the same, basically ending stocks at a normal or a trend yield of 162 bushel an acre. So we need some work there in the pricing situation in order to make it advantageous for corn planting. So that's something to watch here down the road. We also have the USDA coming out with their benchmark numbers for corn and soybeans. Also, the Outlook Board will be giving us their numbers here next week as far as what they're looking for corn and soybeans here throughout 2011. However, you got to remember, I don't think the numbers that they've put out here in recent years have been anywhere near what the final numbers are, but it will be talked about, and I'm sure it'll have an influence on the markets at least for a few days. Over in the livestock trade, cutout values weak there in the cattle, we had cutout values down $1.30 in choice, and select was down 89. Cash cattle did trade at the 106, 107 area in Texas here late on in the last week. We did have hog prices continue to work higher. We were $7.40 higher last week in the Iowa, Minnesota markets, basically off of increasing demand as South Korea said that they will allow 60,000 tons of pork imports to come in without a tariff. That has been supportive to the pork markets. However, on Friday we did see some profit taking. We'd expect the markets this morning probably to open a little lower across the board in hogs and in the cattle, as dollar is quite strong here this morning. So things to watch today is all those things as I mentioned, but maintain your contact with Allendale either through the website, give us a call, or find us on Twitter, and we'll keep you informed there. We wish you a very successful trading day. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.